sit. Dear guests, families and friends from Brazil and from Germany, sejam bem-vindos ao casamento de Jana e Bruno. Good to have you here. Liebe Jana, dear Bruno, liebes Brautpaar. What a day to celebrate your friendship, your relationship, your love. On July 16th in 1855, Rodolfo Lind was born. Later he founded a famous chocolate factory. Today, 87 years ago, the world's first parking meter was set up in the US, in Oklahoma City. Today, 71 years ago, on July 16th, the famous novel The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger was published. Also, July 16th is celebrated as Guinea Pig Appreciation Day, at least in Canada, der Ehrentag des Meerschweinchens. Der 16. Juli 2022 ist gewiss nicht der Tag, an dem in Berlin neue Hitzerekorde gebrochen werden. Das kommt nächste Woche. Aber von heute an ist das euer Tag. It was in June 2018 that your journey together started. Bruno was still kind of new to Berlin. He had just moved here in January, started a job as a software engineer. He was at work and a colleague told him about a salsa and bachata dance that was taking place later that day. Bruno always liked to dance. Of course, he used to work as a dancing teacher, so he went to this class in Kreuzberg. Jana was also there, but can you imagine, ladies and gentlemen, he doesn't remember her from that first day. Salsa und Bachata tanzen, meine Damen und Herren, ein bisschen Sommer in Berlin. Nicht, dass man im Jahr 2018 meckern konnte, es war ein sehr heißer Sommer. Und Bruno ging zu diesem Salsa- und Bachata-Kurs in Kreuzberg. Er konnte das natürlich schon, er war ja früher Tanzlehrer. Aber er war noch recht neu in Berlin und dachte sich, das probiere ich mal aus. Jana war noch neuer in Berlin, es war ihre allererste Woche. Und sie ging dort auch hin. Aber es vergingen ein paar Wochen, bis die beiden sich kennenlernten und miteinander sprachen. Es entstand unter den Tänzern und Tänzerinnen ein kleiner Freundeskreis. Bruno und Jana gehörten dazu. Sie trafen sich nun häufiger beim Tanzen, aber auch mal außerhalb. Auch mal nur zu zweit, alles ganz easy und freundschaftlich. Denn auf eine Beziehung waren die beiden eigentlich nicht unbedingt aus. Denn Beziehung bedeutete ihren bisherigen Erfahrungen zufolge meistens Drama. Und auf Drama kann man ja ganz gut verzichten. Back in that summer of 2018, they were going out a lot with other friends, to parties, to ice cream parlors, just the two of them, because Jana loves ice cream. Especially the amazing mango ice cream that she wanted Bruno to try. And one day they wanted to go to some event, but Bruno had to cancel on short notice because a friend needed his help. But he told Jana, I'm really sorry about this, now I owe you dinner and drinks. They went to Zola, a pizza place, and Jana noticed that he hadn't eaten the crust. Yet. And she said, are you one of those guys who don't eat the crust? There was so much pressure that first night. But he still took her to Klunkerkranich afterwards, a fancy rooftop place not far from here, in Neukölln. It was early September. It was still nice and warm. They stayed there for 2 hours, talked about politics and other stuff, they had drinks. And at some point, Jana wanted to drink an IPA. But Klunkerkranich wasn't that fancy because they didn't serve Indian Pale Ale. Bei ihrem ersten Date, auch wenn sie es vielleicht damals nicht so genannt hätten, hatte Jana plötzlich Lust auf ein IPA. Sie haben diverse Bars in Kreuzberg aufgesucht, aber nirgendwo gab es dieses Bier. Und schließlich endeten die beiden in einem Späti am Mehringdamm. Und das war ein ganz besonderer Laden. Nicht nur, weil sich um die Ecke ein Swingerclub befand. Wir sind immer noch in Berlin. Nein, dieser Späti war besonders, denn hier gab es Janas Bier. Und hier kam Bruno auf die Idee, Jana zu fragen, ob er sie küssen durfte. Er durfte.
I'm a gentleman.
Of course you are. Sie trafen sich nach diesem Abend ein paar Mal wieder, küssten sich auch wieder, aber sie gaben dem, was da zwischen den beiden passierte oder sich anbahnte, erstmal noch keinen Namen. Wie gesagt, sie waren nicht auf der Suche nach einer Beziehung. Das Einzige, was die beiden ab und zu aktiv suchten, war Bier. So in September 2018 they kissed for the first time. They kissed the second time and a third time, but they weren't in the mood to define what was going on between them. They had become really good friends. They liked to spend time together a lot. But then one day Jana had to leave Berlin, far away to South Africa. But fortunately it wasn't forever, just a fortnight. Bruno brought her to the airport. She left. And during these 2 weeks, she texted him twice. Bruno thought she wouldn't want to have anything to do with him anymore. But they met again as soon as she came back, and they kissed again. And they were still just friends. And then it was Bruno's turn to leave. He went to Brazil for almost 3 weeks to see his family. And that, says Jana, was the key moment, because now she realized that she missed him. And one German night, which is the equivalent to a Brazilian evening, 5 hours earlier, he got a message from her. It was a proposal. Online, she had come across a dance festival in Croatia, and she asked him, would you like to go? And he was up for it. So Jana said, let's buy tickets, let's book flights. And Bruno thought it would be very interesting going there together without being a couple. But he said to himself, well, why not? Let's give it a try. That was a good idea. Jana was surprised by herself and by his reaction. And also, she was happy. Es brauchte eine Reise nach Brasilien, meine Damen und Herren, um das, was sich zwischen Jana und Bruno entwickelt hatte, entscheidend voranzubringen. Bruno besuchte seine Familie und Jana saß in Berlin und vermisste ihn. Wunderbar. Sie beschlossen zusammen nach Kroatien zu reisen, um auf ein Tanzfestival zu gehen. Nur offiziell waren sie immer noch nur gute Freunde. Sie sahen sich nun fast jeden Tag und eines Abends waren sie auf eine Party eingeladen und Bruno fragte Jana vorher, ob er sie als seine Freundin vorstellen durfte. Er durfte. Und nach der Party, um es nochmal fürs Protokoll feststellen zu können, sagte er, also sind wir jetzt richtig zusammen als Freund und Freundin. Und nun war es endlich soweit. Good night, my girlfriend, sagte Bruno. Good night, my boyfriend, erwiderte Jana. Die Tradition in Brasilien will es, dass man nochmal ordentlich fragt, mit Blumen und so viel Improvisation ist erlaubt, mit einem echt brasilianischen Frühstück, das er Jana ans Bett brachte. Und am 24. November 2018 stand es nun fest, die beiden waren ein Paar. Und was für eins. So finally on November 2018, Bruno officially asked Jana, do you want to be my girlfriend? And she said, yes. Not for the last time, as you might know. And in September 2019, they moved together. At some point, Bruno started to learn German. Jana took some Portuguese lessons. They met their future in-laws in Bavaria and in Brazil. They were both very welcoming. And there was much more traveling. They went to Dublin, where Jana made Bruno taste whiskey for the first time. They traveled to India, Canada, Croatia, Istanbul, South Africa. Traveling together was fun. they have similar interests, they are both curious and open to other cultures. They like to discover new places, and surprisingly and luckily, there was no drama. In November 2018, he had asked her whether she wanted to be his girlfriend, and in March 2020, he had another much bigger and quite momentous question for her. So in January, he had bought the ring. In February, they went to Brazil together when she met his family. They returned one day before Bruno's birthday. What no one knew for most guests of this party, it was the last party before COVID hit. But everyone knew Bruno would pop the question on this occasion. Everyone except for Jana. Jana wusste, dass Bruno sie irgendwann fragen würde, ob sie seine Frau werden wollte. Sie kannte auch schon die Antwort. Sie wusste nur nicht, wann der Antrag kommt. Doch sicher nicht im März 2020 auf seiner Geburtstagsparty. Aber dann war da ein Gast, ein Freund von Jana, der plötzlich mit ihr Cola Light kaufen gehen wollte und auf dem Rückweg allerhand Fragen über Brasilien stellte und zu der Reise, von der sie gerade zurückgekehrt war, und dabei sehr, sehr langsame Schritte machte. Und so verschaffte er Bruno und den anderen Zeit, in der Wohnung alles vorzubereiten. Denn als Jana zurückkehrte, waren da Kerzen und Rosen und Bruno natürlich. Und er fragte sie in 3 Sprachen, Portugiesisch, Englisch und Deutsch. Jana begnügte sich bei ihrer Antwort mit einer Sprache und die lautete ja. Did Jana want to marry Bruno? Oh yes. Jana said yes, of course she said yes, and there are so many good reasons for that. What she loves about Bruno is that he's very diplomatic, very open-minded, respectful towards other people. He doesn't judge other people. He's very honest. He says what he likes and what he doesn't like. He's very confident, says Jana. He doesn't care what others think about him. He has a very romantic side. He's a gentleman. And he always supports her. He's a very good listener and a very good friend. Oh, and she loves his beard that he mustn't cut, not even for a week. Bruno sagt über Jana, sie ist eine echt gute Zuhörerin. Sie ist so smart, dass es manchmal anstrengend ist. Ich hielt mich immer für clever, bis ich Jana traf. Sie bringt ihn zum Lachen und er mag ihre Begeisterungsfähigkeit. Als sie in der Pandemie begann zu gärtnern und Pflanzen auszusehen und als ich das erste kleine Blatt zeigte, da war sie ganz aufgeregt und freute sich gewaltig und Bruno freute sich mit. Jana ist auch sehr organisiert, sagt Bruno. Ausflüge planen oder Flüge buchen und zwar rechtzeitig, das liegt ihr. Und er mag es, dass sie ihn immer wieder inspiriert und motiviert, neue Sachen auszuprobieren. Wandern in Brasilien zum Beispiel und das gleich für 4 Tage, was er dann auch wirklich gut fand. We are dealing with 2 people here, Jana and Bruno, who have found someone they trust, someone with whom you can be who you are, without the feeling of having to disguise yourself or to pretend to be someone you are not. And life is too short for that and way too valuable. You give each other confidence and strength. You are there for one another when your other half is not doing so well. And at the best of times you can love together. That makes you very strong and rich. Of course you could leave it at that, but that's not enough. And when you make the promise of all promises in front of the witnesses here, in front of the people who are close to your hearts, it is because you want to shout it out into the world. We are together because we love each other, and because we love each other, we stay together. Even if Jana doesn't like to share a blanket. Mit dem heutigen Tag wollen die beiden nochmal ganz offiziell verkünden, wir sind zusammen, weil wir uns lieben und Weil wir uns lieben, bleiben wir zusammen. Dear Bruno, do you want to love and honor Jana as your wedded wife? Do you want to respect and encourage her? Be there for her in good and bad times? And do you want to continue the journey by her side? So please answer here and now with yes, I do.
Yes, I do. Wirklich genau.
Dear Jana, do you want to love and honor Bruno as your wedded husband? Respect and support him? Do you want to be there for him in good and not so good times? And do you want to continue the journey together by his side with a fixed seat reservation, so to speak? So please answer here now with yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
The bride may now kiss the groom. All the best to our beloved couple, Jana and Bruno. Alles Gute und Liebe und Schöne. Now you will continue your journey together as husband and wife. I wish you happiness, love and joy, not only on your wedding day. Please never cease to find joy in yourselves. Keep being curious and open for each other. Enjoy the weekend with your family and friends. You, dear guests, may also kiss the groom now, and maybe even the bride. Please do enjoy yourselves. This is an order.